Good morning. My name is Michael R. Roser, and I am co-founder of Strategic Life Coaching LLC, its chief coaching facilitator, and I hope you will visit us at abundantlifeslc.com, our website, for this video and others on how to live an abundant life. Today I wanted to talk about back in the day, people would say to me from time to time, "Oh, Michael, grow up, will you? Act your age." And I always thought that I was a grown up, and how I proved that to myself was what material assets and skills that I believe I had: cars, homes, boats, large bank accounts, IRA money, retirement savings, and the like. It finally occurred to me, thankfully, that with all of those toys and all of those material belongings, there's a cause and effect for that. And for me, it was a very great one. I had to work so hard and for so long each day under the stress and complication of keeping all of those balls in the air that I never had any time to enjoy any of what I had accumulated. If I was at my lake house, I wanted to be at my country club, and vice versa. And I lived a life of self-centered, selfish, pursuits. And it left me very unhappy, very miserable and irritable. And the people around me correctly thought, wow, how could you possibly be complaining about your life? You have everything. What in the heck is wrong with you? Well, there were a lot of things wrong with me. And one of the reasons that I was so insatiable about acquiring material wealth is of fear, basically. And I needed to get over that. And my sponsor, a wonderful gentleman, one day told me to kind of sum up the state and condition that I was in. He said, "Michael, have you ever seen a hearse towing a U-Haul?" And I laugh at it now, but it was extraordinarily profound for me, because you cannot take any of these material possessions with you. They stay behind always. So if I'm not enjoying any of what I have and I have to work like crazy in order to keep it all, both of those are really sad. And I had a sad life and a sad existence, and I needed to change it. So as I unencumbered myself, and I'm not saying that you need to sell everything that you've got, not at all. There's a balance in there for everybody. And my company is about finding balance between your physical state, your emotional state, your financial state, and your spiritual state. And if you want to set the spiritual stuff off to the side, if that's not where you're about, I understand and get it. For me, I couldn't have done any of this without God as I understand God. So he also told me, brutally, frankly, that, "Michael, chronologically, you qualify as an adult. You're 55 years old. But in reality, if you look at the way you've lived your life and the way that you've acted all of these years, you really have 1 year of experience 55 times." And that annoyed me to no end. But now as I look back on it, and as I've done a lot of self-reflection, that makes perfect sense to me. And so what did I do about it? Well, I had to take some action, because I thought and pondered for years about the state that I had got myself in, and why am I not happy, and all of these things. So I took some action. And the big things that I needed to change to pare my life down, my ex-wife helped me with that, unfortunately for her and for me, but that was a process we both had to go through. Got divorced, we pared everything back down, and now what I have and what remains in my life, I am able to enjoy fully. I love to golf. I have an antique car. I'm a model railroader, and I have a few hobbies, not a ton of them, but my life now is sustainable. And those hobbies that I never used to have time to get to, I do now. I painted a picture for the first time in, God, 50 years probably. And I enjoyed it and I loved it, and it was a great release. And it's something I had completely forgotten about because of the weight that I was under with all of the rest of the life that I had created, which couldn't enjoy and was miserable. So, in order for me to get where I'm at now, I had to face and prune back, if you want to use that as an analogy. And then each day, I have a task that is needed to be done in order to keep me in a balanced position. I have to take my medications. I love to work out. I try to eat right, get a good night's sleep, all of those things. Those are tasks now that I have to do, and every single day. And if I do them every single day, then the results for me are the peace and the serenity and the happiness that I can take with me. That's inside of me now. It goes with me wherever I go, and I've never been happier, never been more at peace and contented with my life than I am now. So take a look at what you've created and be reasonable about it. Don't go crazy, but if there's things in there like a boat that you haven't been on in 2 years, sell the thing. Quit making payments and insurance and everything else on it and feeling guilty that you're not using it. Give it away, sell it, whatever, let somebody else enjoy it. And prune your life back to something that's manageable, something that you have time for. And another benefit I think you'll see is that because you have more time enjoying these things, I would expect that your loved ones, your spouse, kids, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, whatever, will be enjoying those things with you, and that'll bring you a lot of joy in this process. Take care. Hope that was helpful. Bye now.